We have a live stream about our upcoming summit, which we are organizing as a workout community to help people achieve their New Year's resolutions. Um, so on the call, we have Vanessa from Mensana Fitness. We have Max from GM Network. We have Greg, Jerry, and myself from Workout Out. And Guan, who is new member to our team, professional coach based in Thailand. So welcome all. Maybe first, anyone wants to take a lead and explain what the summit will be about?
Yeah, so I think
Greg, go for it.
from God, we've had a lot of conversations about this, and with ultimately people make New Year's resolutions, and people just don't stick to them, right? So, especially in the Web3 community, we want to create something where there is a collaboration across different Web3 companies and bring it all together where we can hold each other accountable and do some cool stuff. And not only promote what's coming out in this space, but also, promote some fitness plans and help people reach their goals.
Right. So basically, anyone who has some goals should join us for the summit. There is a Luna event. Actually, we try to make it easier for you. So there is just 4 options you can pick from. One is weight loss, one is endurance, one is strength, and the other is your running form for 2025. If you want to run, 10K, half a marathon, or marathon, we can help you. And there will be, professional plans actually created by coaches. Jerry, do you have maybe some more information about those plans and what they are about and how they can help people achieve their goals?
Yeah, 100%. So one of the things you've mentioned there is strength, and that's what I'm going to be leading on. And it's a 12-week program that I've developed to help people to focus on the 4 major moves, which are deadlifts, squats, bench press, and pull-ups. I think those are the 4 major movements that anyone should be able to master. So after these 12 weeks, what we're going to do is initially how we're going to start is benchmark what they currently are and see what the improvements are after the 12 weeks. And hopefully that they've definitely achieved some sort of strength. And after that, we know that, funny enough, this interesting thing I read about, when your leg strength is correlated with your mortality. So definitely want to help people to increase their longevity.
Yeah, I heard that the same. I think there are 2 things actually legs are really correlated with the, lifespan, but also grip strength, because if you have more strength, you are less prone to injury because you can hold yourself and better balance and stuff. So, and we are all about to live longer and healthier lives here.
Yeah.
So
just repeat that. Just repeat the grip strength part to Greg again. He hasn't fully understood that.
Greg, are you not having good time?
Let me tell you,
exercising grip.
I skipped leg day and back day for many years. So Jerry will tell you, I can push on the bench press, but pull-ups and leg day.
His bench press is more than his squat.
Dude, let me tell you,
What the fuck?
of mass here, mate. So to hold on to a bar, it's pretty hard sometimes. But yeah, I'm not that bad. It's improved in the last few months. Yeah, I'm a work in progress with Jerry, that's for sure.
A chicken leg, I see some of those people, guys from the gym coming, it's big shoulders, everything big, up, and then no legs there. Well, so you need a little bit more deadlift right there. No, and those programs are also working together with some of the cool tech we have, and join us. So Max, I think you're a big runner, especially. But how the cool Web3 tech can actually help people access those programs, but also achieve their goals. Anything you want to add?
I think I'm not here to shill anything, but through the event, I think we're gonna show what tech can really do for you, but on a base of what kind of workouts you usually do, right? So we want to start from the health perspective, from the workout perspective, and then depending on what kind of workouts you do, whether that is lifting, grip, or running, or whatever it is, and then we'll take it from there. And that could be rings, that could be wristbands. We just have the perspective or the kind of perception that if you're already gathering a lot of fitness data, there might also be a chance that you can use that data to improve your workouts, right? And whether that is just, your sleep schedule or actually the workout planning that you do comes down to yourself, right? But what we've been doing for the last couple of months has shown us that using your data and kind of using the workout data that you've gathered over the last couple of months can really help you to improve and also like create more personalized and targeted workout schedules. And I think for me, I'll probably take over the running group, like you said. And we've been doing runs for the last couple of years in the crypto community, also with Bankless, of course. And I think, yeah, it should be as open as possible for any sort of runner, right? Because even for me, like now in the winters, I can understand if you don't get your 10Ks in, if it's minus 10 degrees Celsius outside. That's totally fine. But I think we'll manage and we'll find our ways. No one has to, overdo it from the beginning on. But the goal is just to stay consistent, be in a group, be in the community, motivate each other, and have some great results. The weather is right. We might even have a community run in Denver in February. So we'll see about that. Otherwise, if it's, somewhere else, a warmer place, that would be totally fine for me as well. Or I'll just run around inside. That's cool too. We'll figure. But either way, I'm very excited for all of this, and not just about the workouts, but also about the insights that people in this room will share on the January 8th. And I think there's just a lot of stuff to come for the next year, also from our side, and it's gonna be quite exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. And I'm not the guy who is setting up the goal in the January 1st usually, but I'm trying to work on my goals. And if we can work as a community, it's always easier, because if you can run with someone, even the weather might not be that big issue if you have that kind of support. And also, I would say, social pressure in a sense. Come on.
I agree totally. Like for me, the only reason I'm really in training right now is because I still need to catch up on the 2024 goals, right? So this week is super busy now, and I'm running a K per day, but I'll get it done. And hopefully I'll get it done for the next year by the end of January already, but we'll see.
Do you have
exactly. Better
like a-
start early.
for how much you're running? How many miles or kilometers you've ran?
In total over the year?
Yeah. Because you mentioned you're running 20 kilometers a day. So what's
No, that was a joke because I just didn't get my goals done yet for 2024. No, but on average, when I first met Bunker, that was my peak. And at that time I did roughly, I think, 80 kilometers per week. Now I'm doing a bunch of other things like skiing and stuff like that, because oftentimes it's just freezing outside, and I'd rather stay inside and have some cocoa or something. I'm that honest.
She's unlucky, but I hope it's low sugar, because sugar is not good for you either.
No. Yeah.
And one is, do you have some goals actually? Or did you have some goals for 2024?
Let's see. I ran a marathon earlier this year, and so that was kind of the big running goal. But I think for me, it would be, I think I was talking to Max about this before Bangkok. I was just running 2 miles a day. And it was very no pressure, because I'd say right now my main goal is on the strength side. I really want to be able to squat double my weight. And benching, I don't really care. I can do a few pull-ups, but I'd like to increase my pull-up count as well. But yeah, so right now, strength gains are the real important thing. So I'm not too concerned about running, but I would like to kind of keep running as just an activity I do all the time. And I don't just do when I'm in marathon training, because I actually do enjoy running. It's not it doesn't feel like a chore, but it always feels like a chore when I have to get ready to do it. And especially now when it gets cold. And I know in comparison, to many other countries, Phoenix is still pretty warm, but definitely it builds character doing it early in the mornings, especially when it's, you got to get bundled up and everything. So I guess, yeah, completed kind of my goals early-ish, but now it's really all strength goals coming into 2025. Jerry, I'll be hitting you up for some tips for improving my squat.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to it. So just a little bit about me. I mean, I did Western provincial weightlifting. So I used to do a lot of Olympic weightlifting. So definitely got the full technique. If you need any help, I'm definitely a person.
Where are you based, by the way?
We're in Cape Town. Yeah.
So the biggest part of workout out community these days is actually in Cape Town, because people hate cold, but Cape Town is beautiful at this time of the year. And there are actually multiple sports Greg and team are doing every week. Greg, What
Yeah,
sports actually
at the moment we're
you
looking
do?
to build a blueprint here in Cape Town and then go copy and paste it around the world in all the different cities. So we do an outdoor workout session like every Saturday morning, which is going really well. We've got running clubs now running, and we've got volleyball, and we're doing hiking, some sailing, a lot of paddle being played in Cape Town at the moment, and tennis as well. We're going to start up the five-a-sides, which is looking pretty promising. A really cool addition with the strength testing. We got an independent local gym. Every quarter, we're going to actually get our community to go in, and we're going to have the professionals with us, and they're going to get their metrics taken, how much they can bench and squat and so on. And we start getting sort of like some standardization lines for everyone. And I think like we're going to eventually do some like beach soccer and beach bat and everything we can imagine. We're just going to go across sports as much as possible. So looking forward to that. Even swimming, get some open swimming in that. And the other one we haven't actually thought of yet is cycling. So that's the next one. We want to get the triathlons to come in because they're like cultish, right?
Yeah, we are like a cult, like all people who are meeting at the Ironman are kind of like a little crazy, spending all their money on like bikes and equipment and just spending like hours and hours on training. But it's fun. I don't think that's the healthiest sport to do, to be very honest, but like I think it can be fun to get really good endurance. Kwon, I don't know if you can hear us. I know you had technical issues. You can? We cannot hear you. You are muted, but I know you are also doing different trainings. So is there something like you are particularly focusing these days on, or like what's your approach to train with others and help them achieve their goal?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Cool. So I graduated Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology, strength conditioning coach, performance specialist through NASM, CSCS, and what is it? Sorry, just like general PT. My fitness company is called Pill Fit. We focus on training founders and KOLs in the crypto space, kind of getting them ready to perform at different conferences and different events. I'm just getting them in shape, making sure that their mindset is right and creating lasting habits for them. Biggest thing right now that I'm pushing for or working on is my fitness activations. I usually do those in collaboration with other projects like Moonwalk, Kudis, and then just recently Pulse. I'll be doing things with them as well. But we go to things like Island Dow, do whole certain events, whether it's like a treasure hunt, a fitness challenge, whatever it is, just to get people active. And then, I get to onboard them to anybody that's interested in my online coaching, which at this moment is like pretty exclusive. I only have a certain amount of spots. I'm trying to keep it exclusive until branch out, get more coaches under the Pill Fit brand so we can really reach Web3. Yeah. And so, I kind of do the same thing. My main focus is strength. I don't run. I do not run. I'm not a runner. I'm not built to run. I've been doing Olympic lifting and
Juan, I'm with
strength.
you there.
Yeah, bro. I've been doing Olympic lifting and strength training for a while. All of my programs, similar to his, they all will include a squat, a hinge, a vertical push, a vertical pull, horizontal push, and a horizontal pull. So that's like my breakdown of my master plan for strength training. And then my big focus as well, because I do focus on Web3, is the mindset. And so most of the clients that I have, like I said, are founders and KOLs. So they're flying all across the country, always busy, always in meetings. So making sure that they know how to be mobile with the least amount of time possible, doing the slightest mobility exercises to unlock their hips, unlock their lower back, and to make sure that when they do actually get to the weight room, they can take full benefit of it.
Yeah, like squatting in the airplane next to the buffer. That's what I do. Like I take another person on my back and then you do some squats there during like 18 hours of flight. I think people don't like that much, but like you need to put the workout in, and if you are 18 hours in the plane, you need to do it somehow.
See, I have like
Well,
an opposite
Funka,
approach.
you're not supposed to take a random person. Oh, sorry.
Nah, you good.
No, I just speak based on weight. I'm like, well, now I'm looking for someone like 80 kilos.
I actually have like a very laid back approach because my mind is like mindset and long term. It's not like about pushing yourself all the time. It's about doing shit that will actually be like, oh, this is easy. I could probably do this every day. Oh, this is easy. I could think about doing this more often than not. So yeah, like, nah, don't do it at the airport. Relax, because it's going to be a long flight. but when you get off, do some mobility so you feel better.
That's a good advice. Yeah, like, and as you mentioned at the beginning, like, you know, you do also like treasure hunts. You should have fun doing it, so it will help you do it more often. It should not be like a chore. But you know, it's great that we have basically two coaches for the strength training. You know, one is like I think that needs to be amazing for you because that's your goal, and now you have like two coaches right here. So Vanessa, okay, I know I asked you about your goals, but like, is there something like you are also helping like others with their goals? Like, what's the kind of like your day to day on that one?
Yeah. So for a little background, for those who don't know, I used to be a DevRel in the Web3 space and then pivoted full time to health and wellness over the summer. So I'm a certified personal trainer. And what I'd really like to start helping people with this challenge for this year is really taking you from 0 to 1. So we've got like our intermediate advanced trainers, but I know there's a bunch of people who, you know, probably can't even do a body weight squat. And so helping you program that into your life so it doesn't feel like, you know, taking on this new, I guess, activity of like health and wellness doesn't have to be something so difficult. And I think by starting small and making these like micro changes in your day to day, you can really like live this like life of health and wellness without it feeling like a chore. So what I would be helping with is the accountability side of things, you know, doing in those like weekly check-ins, as well as helping you with like some sort of a nutritional guideline as far as like what kind of foods you want to get more of. And so you can actually see your gains at the gym and, you know, those kind of things. So helping with, you know, body fat, weight loss, those kind of things.
This is actually interesting. So I recently changed my diet from like regular, I would say split there. I had a lot of carbohydrates. I had like protein. I have low fat, let's say, to very different, more like high fat, high protein type of diet and low carbohydrate. And I was pretty, you know, satisfied with the results. But what do you generally recommend people like in terms of diet? Like, what do you think it's like? Sometimes like they don't eat it enough, and on the other hand, like what type of food they eat too much.
Love
Depends on
this
your goals.
controversial question. But yeah, it depends on your goals. I'm always going to recommend a diet that you can stick with forever. Going too hardcore into one realm, whether you're like super carb, like high carb, low fat, or vice versa, it's going to have different effects, but it's like, what can you do forever, especially with a lot of the folks in this world? Like we do a lot of traveling. And so that's something to keep in mind. But I mean, kind of like almost like a blanket rule, you can ask many health professionals is just eat more protein, right? I mean, the recommendation is anywhere from about a gram for whatever, either lean body mass to just actual like weight goal, which is also like, well, what's my weight goal? I don't know what that is. At least for pounds, I forget what it is for kilos, but a gram per pound of body weight is a pretty safe place to start with eating protein. And then, you know, I mean, it's like, you know what good and bad food is for you, right? Like, should you have some fruit, maybe with some oatmeal, some eggs, or should you have that like that pastry, you know, the croissant? We all know what the right answer is. I think once you get into like really high level advanced athletes, you're doing super ultra training. I think that's when like, you know, the ratio between carbs and fats matter more. But I think in the early stages, like when we're taking people from 0 to 1, like, you know, they're super sedentary. They get less than 3,000 steps a day. Don't overcomplicate it, you know, like eat whole foods if you can, but it's not going to kill you if you are getting a lot of protein from protein powder as well. But I'll let Jerry and Quan also kind of fill in here because I'm sure y'all have a ton of experience training athletes for, you know, for their different goals.
So as far as protein, the macros, I pay attention to the macros as a coach. I actually don't have my clients tracked because again, that turns into a chore. That's not going to be a long-term thing that you end up doing. So what we do is like for the first 3 weeks, you take the average of 2 meals. So your 1 weekday meal average, like whatever you're eating on the average, and then on the weekend as well for 3 weeks. We take that, we put that into the MyFitnessPal, just so you know now, like, oh, okay, I'm usually eating about this much. I'm missing some protein, or I'm missing some fats, or I'm missing some carbs. Those aren't numbers you have to get specifically, but let's say you are trying to build muscle and you're not getting enough protein, then boom. Or you're not feeling good. Your joints are whatever the fuck. Sorry for my language. But you might need to put some complex carbs or some fats into your diet. Some omega-3s might help with your joints, whatever it might be. And so like just little things, little tidbits of knowledge that I've gotten in nutrition throughout my career of coaching, I give to my clients. But for the most part, dieting is like not a word I use because it's just healthier eating, and being aware of what you're eating is more important than actually doing dieting.
Jerry, anything to add?
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with what Kwan said. It's not so much about diet, it's more of a lifestyle that you're living. So in terms of myself, I definitely do the 0.82 grams per pound body weight. I think I got that stat from Huberman. I love his work. For myself, I definitely do 2 meals a day. I think the general rule is really just keeping sugar out your system as much as you can. Carbs are important. Protein is very important. But I mean, I don't think there is an only ever disciplined person. I think definitely the cravings do kick in with everyone, and it's important to not rob ourselves of cake and chocolate and all that kind of stuff. I think it's quite important. So what I do is definitely I try to be as disciplined as I can in my afternoon meal. And then when I get home, I just eat whatever I want. And it's important to maintain that balance. Because I think when we just shoot too much of trying to be too disciplined, I think it becomes quite a vicious cycle. Yeah. So yeah, very aligned with what Kwan says. It's about mindset, alignment, making sure it all aligns. Your nutrition is aligned with your workout.
Yeah, I can.
Nice.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to it.
Go on, Greg.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to it. I've been subject to Jerry's programs for a while now. Training me for a while, and as a founder, it can be incredibly stressful. So I get that, but it's also just like holistic, right? Mind, body, soul. You have to be investing in all of those things because we are our own greatest investment at the end of the day. We are the greatest return we'll ever receive is developing into ourselves. The way that Jerry's basically framed to me is like in that machine. And if you are putting processed food into yourself, or you are eating horrible stuff and you're not training, you're not sleeping, you're not hydrating correctly with electrolytes and so on, then what can you expect as an output as a human being in your work, in your family, in your loved ones, relationships, and so on. That different aspects combined with like the heavy training has just like made a massive difference in my life. I eat like biltong for lunch. I think my girlfriend loves me often. She'll see like a whole chicken, like a rotisserie chicken on a plate or something, and I'll be gobbling that down, which is great, but you usually need your fiber as well. So it depends, supplements and so on. So Punka's laughing. But yeah, just getting that balance, and then, doing all the strength training and working on all those weakness and deficits that I have over the years. But then, Jerry will say like, well, you can't just do strength. You have to be able to run the 5 kilometer, really well and get your cardiovascular up as well. You've got to do different sports for mind coordination if you're an executive or you're running your own startup. So to be honest, like it's quite interesting. He actually, you're going to laugh, but he'll train me on the table tennis, a lot. Like we'll play a lot of table tennis together for breaks during work time just to get our cognitive things up. So it's a balance. Definitely. Pretty much a workout too.
Nice. So what are your takes also on like supplements? Because like, some things you might not be able to get. Personally, I can say like I used to did like protein shake, but now I feel like I can get enough protein through the food, so I kind of stopped on that one. But I started on creatine, which I feel it's just like it's like little generic, I would say, in a sense, but like it gets me moving and like my body accepts it very well. But like what are your takes, guys, like on supplements? Are you taking any, or are you generally for more like vitamin supplements or against? And Max, like you didn't talk much, so maybe on that.
Yes. Okay, I think like apart from Venice, you're the only one that actually saw me in person. And probably you could tell that not everything was natural, right? No, I'm just kidding. 100% natural.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
from time to
everyone says.
time, that's what everyone says. Yes, that's true. I'll tell you like my secrets off stream later on. No, I think like protein shakes from time to time but I think my diet is doing the most, like is doing a good job. But I think like in comparison to maybe Juan, Greg, Jerry, and all of you. I'm not like that serious on it because like Juan mentioned earlier, I think like tracking everything is just so much work and takes a lot of time. You know, I'm lucky enough to be a very like slim guy that can eat like whatever he wants to and drink whatever he wants to,
Oh,
even though maybe that.
that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying.
No. That point comes from my side, right? But yes, you know, Kwan, I'm really happy that you said you're not a runner, right? So I'm really like here saying all the things that I want to, because you know, if you ever get too close, I'll just run away and I'll be fine.
Oh, I can
But
run.
I do have to admit, those arms are pretty intimidating. So I'm really happy you said that. Please don't join the running group.
I even in real life, that guy's jacked, like for real, tall too.
Yeah, I think you could probably fit 2 maxes in a Kwan,
Oh, my God.
probably. So you calculate how much protein I need.
Yeah, I'll go next year. So the one supplement I take pretty regularly is creatine. I don't consider protein a supplement, but I guess it could be considered one. As far as the other ones, so to give more context, I don't have any dietary restrictions. So every day I eat eggs, I eat steak, I eat a lot of dairy. So for that reason, I know I'm getting a lot of my amino acids from like natural foods. So I'm not too concerned about supplements. But I think if you know you're working with somebody who isn't able to eat all those foods, then definitely like supplementing would be very important. But that's kind of where I'm at with my supplement game.
Maybe just add to it, like, is there anyhow how people can like test themselves, like if they are missing something, like, you know, like you said, the amino acids, or there can be vitamins deficits. Like, is there like, can they get like tests for those type of things, or is it like, you know, check the diet and then you will know?
You can get tested.
Yeah, blood tests. Oh, one I forgot to mention too. I do take iron pill every few days, and I think probably most women should because we're generally iron deficient with like our menstrual cycles and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I used to take it every day, but it kind of messed up like my bowel movement, and I switched it to like taking it every 2 or 3 days. Now I'm like normal.
So, Kuan, you said like you can be tested for it. Like, any recommendation for people if they should be like regularly tested for these type of things, or just
Just
one
your
time in a life it's enough?
just your yearly testing. Like you're supposed to get tested once a year at least. They recommend twice a year, and in that time, you usually, if you go twice a year, by the second time, if you're not improved, then obviously they'll see you more regularly. But yeah, you can go get tested. Like she probably got tested for iron deficiency, or vitamin D deficiency, vitamin whatever. They can test for everything, bro.
Yeah. And like actually, all of my friends who are based in Thailand got tested in Thailand. Apparently, there's like really good facilities for that. So,
It's like $300 for everything, and it's like luxury. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So in the United States, it will be probably 3,000, and it's not luxury.
Yeah, I think from my side, testosterone levels are very important as a guy. You know, you past your 30s, so you know, natural stuff is obviously the best way to go. TRT is a little bit intense. That's made a big difference from a fitness perspective. Yeah, and cordyceps mushrooms as an adaptogen, phenomenal for energy levels. Lion's mane for just like the the neural connections and stuff has been really fantastic. And the same thing, iron pills. It's still important every few days to make sure you got your iron in. Yeah, protein, creatine, great. Pre-workout, amino acids, great. I don't think more than that. I don't think it's really necessary to.
So for the summit, are we each going to talk about like just break down everything we do, or are we going to be talking about something specific?
Yeah, so for the summit, like everyone will have their own slot, and basically the purpose of it is like bring value to everyone who is interested in fitness, wanna start or achieve their goals. So like the strength training is a good example, like something like really to cover it, like how to make like have fun but still like improve on your strength, and that's one example. And then like community, it's also important, and community support. So that would be more like the example of Cape Town, where like really people are getting together every week, 3 times a week, different sports, and are just having fun but improving their overall fitness. So yeah, for good question, every session will bring something to our audience. And also our partnering companies will be giving some gifts, giveaways, discounts on like different stuff, so you can also get some value, like monetary value in a sense, from the summit, and that should also help you to achieve that goal. So, Guan, what you are thinking actually to like bring to this?
So I still have to talk to my manager about it, but I was just going to talk about pretty much just overall general fitness, kind of the questions that you asked, because I know that's what people want to hear, but then also go into more mindset, and I have it written down. Um, but yeah, I'm blanking on the other word. But just like mindset and whatever the other word is as it relates to people in Web3, and just helping them kind of fill the gaps of why they might not be reaching the goals that they want to see.
Makes sense. And like, if you want to know what the second word was, join us January 8th for the summit, because by then, Akuan will definitely know the second word and like reveal it to everyone.
Mindset and
So
mobility, that's what it was.
come on, like people were like, we were trying to get them into the summit. Max, maybe from your perspective, what you are thinking of bringing to people for the summit?
Bringing a good mood, first of all. I think that's important. And then to start the new year. And then I think like one of the biggest things that we're currently working on is our wristbands. So we're working on a like hardware device. And those wristbands are going to be live from, I think, like hopefully end of January. And we'll also start shipping them by then. And I think for a couple of folks that are, doing their runs and actually staying around with us and joining regular workout sessions, there will be some rewarding there. And I think even prior to that, we're planning to do some tweets, some announcements in early January. And we will host some quests, I think, where people can also win some cash money or some like stable coins. And so if you're not happy with the Christmas gifts that you received, there'll still be a chance to buy some for yourself. End of early January. That's mark the date in your calendar. Yeah, set it right. Buy some meme coins maybe. I think, Juan, the second word you're looking for is gambling in crypto, right? Maybe start the year off with a great investment, and then use that investment to invite us all for some beers when we get together in Denver to check on the progress. Sugar-free beers, I hope.
I got a ticker for you. Now just
Yeah, alcohol-free beer. That will be our.
I don't drink,
going
by the way, but get you some water.
I don't drink now, like at this very moment. But like I'm from Czech Republic, so it's a little harder for me not to drink beer, because that's just like the beverage of choice. It's actually, fun fact, beer in Czech Republic is cheaper than water. So if you want to be like economical, you drink beer, not water.
Well, it's because you don't have water, right? Beer comes from the tap. That's the issue.
Yeah, we just like put all the water in the beer, basically. There is nothing left. Greg, why are you laughing? What you are bringing to the summit? I hope till the summit you will make at least like
I'm
body weight
already
squat.
doing body weight squats. What are you talking about? No, I think the summit's going to be cool. We've got some cool announcements of work out coming, so very excited about that, and some of the future plans as well, and some stuff we're lining up for Eat Denver. So I'm really excited for the summit. And Punkar, it's been a great ideation process from your side as well. You've been champion.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, this cooperation is amazing. Greg, me, Jerry, David was on the call earlier. Like the workout DAO crew, and it's growing. Just mentioned the ones on the call, but the community is growing, the core team is growing. We are getting more coaches and everything. So I'm really excited about like kicking off the year with the summit, and grow even further. Health and wellness movement to just live longer and healthier lives, which we all want. And it's just like net benefit for the society as such. There are so many benefits that probably don't have enough time to count them, but like just move and everything will be better. Hannes, from your perspective, what do you want to bring to the summit and to people there?
So I'd really like to educate a lot of women specifically about metabolic adaptation. In other words, also called reverse dieting, because I think for growing up as a woman, I mean, I think most of us have struggled with some sort of eating disorder of, counting calories and always wanting to be in this like deficit calorie status. And I think it's something I've learned recently that's pretty much fucked up your metabolism, like really bad. And so, you're on this like super low calorie count, and these women are working out, they're doing what they can, but they're just not seeing results. So I really want to educate people on what this, phenomena is, this crazy thing your body does, how your metabolism slows, and what we actually have to do to speed it back up, which is actually eat more food. And it's kind of, it's going to be like a pretty fun thing to learn. And I think I know when I first learned about it, I was just like shook. I was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. But just mentally learning that you actually have to eat more food to lose weight. And a quick reason for that is because like you have to build more muscle, because muscle is like your fat burner essentially. And so I'd like to really bring that to people, because it's always sad when like I've been taking on new clients and they tell me this is my goals for my calories, and it's like 1,400. I'm like, you're working out like 4 or 5 times a week, like you're not eating enough. So that's what I'm pretty stoked to bring and educate people on.
Nice. And like I'm not a woman, but like I have the same experience in a sense. Like I was deficient on protein and generally probably calories, and I wanted to like be in good shape, but like I was not losing weight. And then I started eating more, and I just started losing weight. It's crazy for some reason.
Too much beer, Pankar.
So it's actually true. Juan, welcome back. Jerry, any last words about the summit, about what you are bringing? Why strength is so important?
Sure,
And
yeah.
especially
I think what I want to, it's definitely the squatting. But I think what we're doing here, it's all about building a community of individuals who want to look after themselves. But more importantly, I think it's about recognizing one another. South Africa, Zulu is the language that we speak here, and there's a word called Sawubona. That's how we greet one another. It's hello in the local language here. And it translates to I see you, right? So it's about recognizing one another. I think that's what this is about. Recognizing one another so they can achieve their goals at the end of the day. Yeah.
That was beautiful. I see you guys. I'm super happy that, we are doing this together as a big community, and, and we will also like expand it to others, our learning to them, and also help them achieve their goals. So just to recap, set up your goal, sign up with Luma. It's on our Twitter account, or you can find it Luma/workout So LU.MA/workout Sign up for the summit, sign up for the goal. You get the professional training. You get support from all these nice people on this call and more. So not everyone could join today. So there are more people coming, more great advice, and we will all see you January 8th live on Twitter and other platforms, which we hopefully manage to connect.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you
Christmas,
guys.
guys.
Have a good one. Yeah.
Bye,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas to
Yeah,
everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye. Merry Christmas.